let's read the problem.
Devin has 32 books to pack in boxes. She packs 8 books in each box. How many boxes does she need? Write an equation using the letter N to stand for the unknown factor. Explain how to find the unknown factor.
Okay, we know there are 32 books, and we know they are packed in boxes, but we don't know how many boxes. Okay, but we do know that there are 8 books in each box. What is our problem going to be? How are we going to write this equation using the letter N for the thing that we don't know? What are we going to do? We are not subtracting. I said we are writing an equation, not subtracting. So what am I going to write for the equation? We are writing a number sentence. Okay? Not multiplying or not subtracting right now. We are writing a multiplication equation. We have to figure out what the missing factor is. We don't know the missing factor, so we have to put a letter in its place right now. What am I going to do, Carter?
32 times N.
Do we multiply big numbers? Have we ever multiplied big numbers other than tens numbers? Yes or no? No. We are not multiplying 32, guys. 32 is not the factor. It says that there are 32 books in packs of boxes. That's the total. That's the answer, guys. 32 is the answer. It is the product. It is not the factor. We are trying to find the missing factor. We already know the answer and we know one factor. We do not know both. We are trying to figure out how to write the equation to find the missing factor. Or writing the equation that shows the missing factor right now. So what am I going to do, Cooper?
8 times N equals 32.
Okay. 8 times N equals 32. That is the equation. Like I said, 32 is the product. We knew 8 was a factor. We do not know the other factor. Okay? Now, how are we going to find the other factor? We did the equation now. We wrote the equation. Okay? We wrote the equation for the unknown factor. That's done. Now we need to find how many boxes does she need. We have to explain how to find the unknown factor. How are we going to figure out how to find this? Okay, we're going to add 8 until we figure out how many 8s equals 32. Okay, we could do that. What's the way that we learned in math, though? What way did we learn in this chapter? Instead of repeated addition, we did something else. We drew an array. Okay, so how am I going to draw this array?
We're going to have 8 rows.
Okay, so we're going to have 8 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then what am I going to do? You're gonna okay, but I need to know how do I just count up by putting lots of them in the first row? Okay, you guys have to be specific. Tell me exactly what I have to do.
To make rows. You make columns until you get to 32.
Okay, so I need to put a chip in one chip in each row until I get to 32. You guys have to be specific in telling me that I have to add a chip to each row until I get to 32. Okay, how much is that? Okay, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. How many counters in each row did I find? Everybody? 4. So the missing factor is 4. Okay, so let's write n equals 4 what?
4
Boxes. 4 boxes. Now, how do we find this? How do we find this answer? I did what? Drew an array with what? What do we start with? 8 rows. I continued adding, I'm going to call them chips, a chip to each row till I got to 32. Number 28, let's read the problem.
The bookstore has 6 shelves of poetry books. There are 30 poetry books on each shelf. How many poetry books does the bookstore have? Draw a diagram to show how you can use the distributive property to find the number of poetry books.
Okay, what are we multiplying here, guys? Edmund?
6 and 30.
6 times 30. Now remember, the distributive property is the break apart property. What number would I break apart to make this easier? Savannah? 30. What would I break 30 into? 10, 10, and 10, because factors of 10 are easy to multiply. So if I'm showing that, you're going to have how many rows? 6 rows of 10. So, and we're going to do that 3 times. 6 rows of 10, 3 times. So, I'm going to go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to do this. This is my 10. Go over 10. There's 1 row of 10. There's 1 6 times 10. So that was 1 6 times 10. Now I'm going to have to do a second 6 times 10. I'm going to have to make my second one. Does it have to be dark?
No.
Or for it to be light? And then I have to multiply my third 6 times 10. Okay, boys and girls, what does 6 times 10 equal?
60.
60. Okay, now once I find the answers for all those, what do I do with all those? If I find 6 times 10 and 6 times 10 and 6 times 10, what do I do? Eli?
Oh, you add 60 plus 60 plus 60.
You add the three products. 60 plus 60 plus 60, which what does that equal?
Oh,
0, 0, and 0 is
0.
6 and 6 is
12.
Add one more 6.
18.
Okay, so it is 180. 180 what?
Poetry
Poetry books. Number 29. Let's read it.
Ruben is collecting cans for the school recycling contest. He makes 2 plans to try to collect the most cans. Plan A, collect 20 cans a week for 9 weeks. Plan B, collect 30 cans for 7 weeks.
Which plan should Ruben choose? Okay, let's first choose which one he should choose. 20 cans for 9 weeks. That's 20 times 9. We know how to do this. 9 times 0 is
0,
9 times 2 is
18.
okay, so plan A will get him 180 cans. Plan B, 30 times 7. 7 times 0 is
0,
7 times 3 is
21.
Plan B will get him 210. What plan should he choose to get the most cans? Everybody?
Plan B.
Plan B. How did we make our choice? What did we do? We used place value to multiply. Okay? So how do we make our choice?
We
We
use
used
the
place value to multiply both options. Twenty times 9 equals 180. 30 times 7 equals 210. 210 is greater than 180. So, plan B will help him collect more cans.